I didn't plan to go full Nightwing, I'm just cold. So for the past few weeks, I've been talking about movies or TV shows that eventually became comics. This week, I want to do the opposite. Talk about a comic that's going to become a TV show. Specifically, I want to talk about Powerless, the new Office comedy set in the DC universe that's going to premiere on NBC tomorrow, February 2nd. I want to talk about it because even though it hasn't debuted yet, it's already had an interesting history. It went from being potentially the most unique comic book adaptation in a long time to maybe being the next Gotham. Background. Powerless is a show debuting on NBC set within the DC universe. It's about regular people and how they deal with superhero battles all around them from a day-to-day basis. Now initially this was going to be an office-style comedy set within the offices of the life insurance company Retcon. Vanessa Hudgens plays Emily Locke, an insurance adjuster who helps people and businesses deal with the aftermath of superhero battles in Charm City. That's actually a pretty good concept. It reminds me a lot of the old Marvel comic Damage Control, which itself is getting a TV series, but this time it's in the DC universe. We get to see things from DC's perspective. It was to offer a side of superhero battles that we don't normally see in the movies or TV shows, or hell, even in the comics. And the creators specifically set it in Charm City because they didn't want it to be part of Arrow or Supergirl or anything else going on. They want it to be its own, smaller, more intimate thing. And it will be more than that, of course. We'll get to know Emily and her coworkers and how they deal with their job and their asshole boss, played by Alan Tudyk. They screened the pilot for Powerless last year at San Diego Comic-Con, and while the reviews weren't over the moon, it got some pretty good buzz. The consensus was that this was a fun little show that wasn't going to set the world on fire, which, you know what, that's fine. Not everything needs to be Breaking Bad. But the show everybody saw at Comic-Con is apparently not the show we're getting tomorrow. Between then and now, major reshoots and alterations to Powerless were made. Now the basic idea is more or less the same: average people helping other average people deal with the non-average life of living in a superhero world. But they don't work for an insurance company anymore. They work for Wayne Enterprises, making gadgets and tech to sell to people to help them in the aftermath of superhero battles. And Alan Tudyk is still their boss, but now he's playing Van Wayne, Bruce Wayne's douchebag cousin. So why the change? Did they think this would make it go from an okay show to must-see TV? I guess it's pretty obvious that making everybody an employee of Wayne Enterprises is done specifically to make the audience think of Batman. Because if you're afraid something's not living up to its potential, just throw Batman in it. That always works. Now, in fairness, it looks like they are still keeping the clever references from the old version. I mean, Van Wayne is a character from the comics, specifically from one comic dating all the way back to the 1960s. So not really a timely reference here. So yeah, I don't really think a Batman connection is going to help this show, but to be honest, it doesn't matter what superhero they're working for. Changing it from an insurance company to an R&D branch completely changes the tone. It doesn't look like an Office comedy anymore. It looks like a wacky slapstick comedy where all the humor is going to come from the gadgets being silly or not working right. As opposed to the original version, which, if it was anything like Damage Control or The Office, could have offered a unique and more subtle approach to the license and its humor than what we're getting now. Instead, it looks like we're just getting an over-the-top parody, which I thought we had moved well past when it came to comic book adaptations. The days of Batman and Robin are well behind us now. Comic book adaptations can be smart and clever comedies, but this doesn't look like one. In fact, if you ask me, this looks more like that unaired pilot for Justice League than it does something smart. Have you ever seen that pilot? I think it might be on YouTube. You can just give it a quick look. The Flash and Atom are both out of shape. Now, I could be wrong. I freely admit that. I haven't seen this show, but from everything I'm seeing so far, and plus the fact that the show was apparently just okay to begin with, I don't think I'm going to be watching this on a weekly basis. But what do you guys think about Powerless? Are you intrigued by this new direction, or were you more interested in the Office comedy version? Or did you not even care either way? Let me know down below or anywhere on the internet. I just realized both of my lights are on, but one of them, the umbrella, isn't extended, so I hope this looks good because I'm not reshooting it. New videos every Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course Wednesday night is Wulff Den Live, the live YouTube extravaganza. If you don't catch it live, not a problem. You can catch it on Thursday on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play. For those of you just joining us after the Royal Rumble commentary, first of all, thank you for subscribing, and second of all, thank you so much for making it our most successful commentary yet. We had so much fun doing it, and we can't wait to do it again in April for WrestleMania. We are the Wulff Den. We are video games, comics, movies, tech, toys, wrestling, everything. And if you like that, like this video, subscribe, share it with a friend. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.